guys, welcome to the Sports Plus Life Podcast, episode number 74. Sports Plus Life Podcast. My name's Edgar, Mr. A.K.A. Rodriguez, and we had a doozy this weekend. We had doozy in sports, fighting world, especially boxing and MMA. Very exciting fights, and some controversy, some non-controversy, some beatdowns. Zeke fumbled 3 times last night. Kyler Murray showed why he's elite. The Broncos beat the Patriots and with field goals, nonetheless. And there's so much happened this weekend. And right before I'm getting on, my Uncle Edgar's phone comes off, and an alert comes up saying that Tua Tagovaila, is that how you say his name? Tua Tagovaila. How do you say that? I got to find out how to say his name because apparently he's going to be named the starter for the Dolphins, which I think is kind of a slap in the face of Fitzpatrick. I mean, they're 3-3. It's not like they're losing. It's not like they're 0-6 or 1-5. And, I mean, they're better than the Jets, obviously. I mean, they're almost caught up to the Patriots. I mean, they could somehow pull off a wild card, but I don't know where they decided, they decided it was like, well, you know what, we should start him now. I mean, the next few games are going to be tough. Let me pull up their schedule here because let's open a new tab. Where's Miami at? Miami will be playing, I think it's the Rams. Yeah. It'll be the Rams, the Cardinals, the Chargers, and the Broncos. All very good defense. All very good defenses, with the exception of the Jets, who were the next 5 in the 5th game. But you got to look forward to is December 6th, Dolphins versus the Bengals. Joe Burrow versus Tua Tagovaila. Okay, hold on. I got to say his name here, right? Because that's bullshit. Tua Tagovaila. Shit, where's Google? Where's Wikipedia when you need it? Hold on. We got to get through this. I can't go without saying his name right. I got to say his name. Tua. It'll tell me right here, watch. In Wikipedia. It has like a... right here, watch. Where's it at? It usually would have like a little thing you could press on to say his name correctly. Was this? Where the hell is it? Remember we did that with Joanna Jędrzejczyk? This is really bothering me. I gotta find out how to say Tagovailoa. Tua Tagovailoa. Dude, it's whatever. Tagovailoa. Tua. We're gonna call him Tua. Tua will be starting. I don't know what it was. I don't know where the decision making was. Was like, yeah, I think he's ready. 6 games in, coming off an injury. Probably didn't want to wait a little bit longer. 4 next 4 games are going to be vicious. Was it because he went out there and he sat on the 20-yard line and took it all in Indian style, and people took a picture and was like, oh, look how symbolic this is, or look how meaningful it is, and it's like, oh, yeah, the Dolphins, like, we need to cash in on this. I don't think it's time. I think especially the type of injury he came off of, he needs more time, man. And this is going to be vicious. When you have Aaron Donald. Is that his name? A.D.? Aaron Donald? Fuck. I got to, dude, what's wrong with me? It is 9:53 in the morning on Tuesday, October 20th. And I can't see shit. I woke up late, by the way. I woke up too late. Aaron Donald. That was my fault. I went to sleep late last night, and I fell asleep. I fell asleep at a decent time. I laid down at a decent time, but I couldn't fall asleep till late. It was like probably 2:00, and my alarm started going off at 5:30, and it was bad. It was bad, but we're here. We are here. We're up and running. We got news. We got shit to talk about here. But anyways, Tua's gonna be starting this weekend. We'll see how that goes. But this last weekend, here we snap. If you guys are, by the way, go ahead and follow me, Sports Plus Life, Instagram and Twitter, MRAKACO, Instagram and Twitter, and then YouTube.com/Sports Plus Life, to just follow me. Hit the subscribe, hit the follow, say what up. Let's mingle. Anyways, this weekend, old Uncle Edgar watched a lot of football. Sunday, if you follow me on Sports Plus Live Podcast or MRAKACO, you saw I have my monitor, my laptop, my big screen, and that's how I watch football on Sundays. There's a CBS game, a Fox game, and then one has Red Zone on it. Very exciting, fun to watch. And then sometimes I'll just turn on one game in the background, then Red Zone on my laptop, and then I'll play Call of Duty in the background. Especially when the Broncos are playing, that's what I'll do. Fun Sundays, man. Fun Sundays. That's what Sunday Fun Day is for me. I don't go out drinking or eat brunch or shit like that. I go out and I just watch football. You know what I'm saying? I don't go out looking for pumpkin beer, shit like that. Pumpkin pancakes, pumpkin spice lattes. I don't do that. Uncle Edgar stays in, watches football all day. I'll do that. You'd be surprised to even see me leave on a Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, let's take a look first off. Uncle Edgar's picks. It was not that good. Browns got rolled over by the Steelers. Bears beat the Panthers. I mean, it was. Rams lost to the Niners. Dolphins beat the Jets. And Packers lost to the Bucs. Got smoked by the Bucs. Let's talk about that one. Aaron Rodgers. They started out hot. 10-0. 10-0. All of a sudden, Aaron Rodgers throws his pick six. Downhill from there. They couldn't recover. And Ndamukong Suh was smashing him in the mouth. Tom Brady was throwing all over. And I don't think, you know what? You know who's not getting a lot of credit this year? Tom Brady isn't getting that pub that he's used to, you know? Tom Brady isn't getting that, Tom Brady is this and that. And they're getting a groove. They're getting a really good groove because let me take a look at this, the stats here. You know how good likes to look at the stats. Where is it at? Aaron Rodgers, 2 picks. Almost 2 pick sixes, by the way. 16 and 35, 160 yards. That's kind of like below average for him. Tom Brady, 17 to 27, 166 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 picks. That's huge. Ronald Jones came out and banged 2 touchdowns. Rusher 2 touchdowns with the Buccaneers. Gronk got his first touchdown pass of the year in like 2-3 years or something like that. And then, yeah, it was bad. But I think the big thing was for Aaron Rodgers was he lost Tonyan early in the game. If I'm not mistaken, I don't think Tonyan returned. I was kind of, like I said, I have like 7 different games going on at one time. And I did look up, and I think I saw Tonyan leave the game with an injury. That's huge. That's a security blanket for Aaron Rodgers, and he wasn't available. And they got beat up, 38-10. They went scoreless in the last 3 quarters. Who scored for them? Oh, it was Aaron Jones, right? No. Who the hell scored for them? Yeah, it was Aaron Jones. He was a rushing touchdown. But that was it. Other than that, Crosby hit a field goal, and that was it. Not good. Not good from the Packers suffering their first loss. And Tom Brady and the Buccaneers cruise to a victory. I think it was Godwin that was tearing them up all year. Every time I looked up, it looked like Godwin was catching something. Gronk caught 5 for 78 yards. Godwin caught 5 for 48 yards. Yeah, it was not good. It was, God, I don't even know how to explain it. It was like someone starting out hot and then just getting derailed. It's like you're in a race, right? You start out hot, you're leading the first 5 laps. All of a sudden, boom, you get in a wreck and you're out the game. You're out the race, and that's what happened. Throw a pick 6, you're out the race, you're out the game. It happens. He was Aaron Rodgers getting beat up that game, and he didn't like it, and that's what happens. But they couldn't adjust, they couldn't return, and it's what it is, man. That's football. That's football. Unless you're the Houston Texans. Those guys don't go away. Listen, that's a decent team, with better coaching. The Texans and the Titans banged. Gave me a little bit of a chub watching this, especially when Derrick Henry broke it off for like 94 yards. King Henry, we'll call him King Henry from now on. King Henry is a beast. Probably one of the best running backs in the league. The best running back in the league. Not Zeke Elliott, who had 3 fumbles last night against the Cardinals. They were forced fumbles, by the way. They weren't like he dropped them. They punched it out of him. They forced the fumbles. They beat him up. Poor Zeke. No one fed him last night. And when he did get fed, he dropped the food. Poor Zeke. But anyways, Titans and the Texans. I mean, dude, these stats are ridiculous. Hold on. These stats are ridiculous because there was too much football. Went to overtime. And where's it at? Come on. Let me look bad here. Deshaun Watson had 4 touchdowns, 0 picks. 28 of 37, 335 yards. Rush for 26 yards. Ryan Tannehill, 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. 30 for 41, 364 yards. Dude, these numbers are ridiculous. Derrick Henry, 22 carries, 212 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns. You kidding me? The guy's a monster. And the Texans brought it this close was just shit rushing. 19 yards and 57 yards. That was David Johnson there, 1 touchdown. But dude, how are they winning? How are they getting close to these games? The Texans, dude, not bad. We'll see if Coach Romeo, I'm much a every time I see that film, I'm thinking about I'm much a Casanova. Wait, Romeo. Me and Casanova ain't friends. That's Gerald Levert. I like Gerald Levert. You know why I like Gerald Levert? Because he was always sweating. And he was smiling too. You know why he was smiling? Because he knew he was going to take your chick that night. That's why he was smiling. Sweating and smiling. Then he's going to sweat all over your girl later. Rest in peace, Gerald Levert. I mean, this game was class. It was Derrick Henry. Maybe we start throwing Derrick Henry up there as an MVP. What's his numbers? Maybe we start throwing Derrick Henry up there as MVP with Russell Wilson, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes. I was gonna say Aaron Rodgers. That was not good. I need to see his numbers. Right here, hold on. 212. Regular season. 2020 rushing right here. 123 attempts. 588? Yeah, 588 yards. He's well on pace to hit over 1,000. Then he had 6 touchdowns. Right? Yeah, 6 touchdowns. Now 1 for 94 yards. Crazy, dude. Crazy. Maybe we start throwing him up there in the MVP talks. Because if they would have ran the ball last year against, was it the Chiefs they were playing? They were getting beat up by? No. It was Baltimore. No, it was not Baltimore. It was, I don't remember. I think it was the Chiefs, right? AFC champ. Anyways, they got beat up. You got to give the ball to King Henry. And that's why you give it the ball to King Henry. Go 94 yards the other way, and the game's changed. That was I think, like a game-saving touchdown, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I think that brought him in. I think they were like losing and then that tied it, I think. Let me see here. I need to look at Gamecast right here, right? Derrick Henry, 94 yards, 23-29. That put him up. And then Will Fuller scored 53-yard bomb. And then how did it end up 36-36? Oh yeah, because AJ Brown caught up 70-yard pass from Tannehill. 36, and then go to overtime, and Derrick Henry runs the ball in for the game-winning touchdown. Maybe we need to start throwing King Henry into the mix. I'm just saying. But next week, I think that'll be really the the defining moments of the season when they play the Steelers. And segueing to the Steelers smoking the Browns. I mean, we saw what the Browns did the week before, and then they come out and just lay a dud. And just start the game off, Roethlisberger throws a shit pass and almost gets picked. I don't remember who it was, but right off their hands, if that gets picked, that changes the trajectory of that game. I honestly think it does, because just stuff like that can change a game. It's a game of inches, momentum. I've talked about this before on the Sports Plus Live podcast. It's a momentum thing, and that could have sparked something different for the team. But you know what did change the game? That pick six by Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield threw a pick six that was so bad, right off the rip, pretty much. And I don't know if he was banged up. I mean, look, they're beating him up too. By the way, Steelers are just mobbing him, and the Steelers defenses look as good as they have all year. They've given up a lot of points. This is the first time they've given up only one touchdown. They've given up multiple touchdowns in the games before. But Kareem Hunt didn't run the ball well. I think he's banged up. Jarvis Landry didn't play very well. He's banged up. OBJ didn't get the ball very much. When he did, I mean, it was out of bounds. It was uncatchable. It wasn't a good look for that offense, especially in a division where you also have the Ravens. The Bengals are on the come up. I mean, they're legit. But it's like, that was not, it wasn't good. It was not good at all. And I don't know if they benched Baker at the end of that game because of his injury or because he was playing bad. I did text my friend Tim, coach. I said, listen, I texted probably in the third quarter. I was like, they're going to bench Baker. They're going to bench him. I would have benched him. I would have thrown in, oh, Jesus, he used to be our quarterback too. I'm trying to blank. Where's it at? Where's the damn box score? Dude, how come I can't remember his name? Play for the Broncos. Case Keenum. Damn it. Such a white name, too. Case Keenum. Yeah, I would have done that earlier. 2 picks. He did score a touchdown. 10 of 18 passing. That's low. Roethlisberger, 14-22. 1 touchdown. Yeah, it wasn't good. Who scored that touchdown for the Browns? It was Rashard Higgins, CSU, right? CSU Rashard Higgins, 30 minutes away. Yep. Look at this team. Look at the Pittsburgh Steelers team. 5-0 right now. 5-0. And Titans are what, 4-1, I believe. I think they did lose one, didn't they? James Conner ran the ball very well, better than Bell. Chase Claypool is becoming a beast. Washington's becoming a beast. I mean, Juju non-existent on my fantasy team. Bro, what's wrong with Juju, man? Are you like doubling him? Like, what the hell is Claypool just getting? Claypool's that much of a beast. They're giving him the ball. Like, I don't know, man. It's fucked up. Yeah, it was a total beatdown, and I'm looking forward. Steelers versus Titans next week, which should have been played the week before, maybe a week or two ago. Given this damn coronavirus beatdown, we are all receiving. Nope, Titans are 5-0. So this is undefeated versus undefeated still. I want to see King Henry run the ball down the throat. I want to see Chase Claypool get more touches. I want to see Juju get more touches. This is going to really, we're going to see how well the Steelers or the Titans are really. Because here's a reality here. Is that they, this defense, Titans defense is kind of hot and cold. But so the Steelers defense, very hot and cold. They let up a lot of points, so did the Titans. So this could be a high-scoring game. We're going to find out. What time is that game? Let's see. It is 11 a.m. my time on Sunday. I'll be watching it. For show, baby. Yeah, I mean, it was just an exciting weekend of football. I can talk football for the rest of the whole hour I'm here. It's already been, 20 minutes? Vikings got the first dub, 40-23. Oh, no, Falcons got the first dub, 40-23 over the Vikings. Well, you know what happened this weekend to Uncle Edgar? Uncle Edgar laid a bet down. Parlay. I took the Broncos. I took the Falcons. I took the Colts. I took the Titans. let me see. I'm trying to remember who else it was. It was definitely took the Ravens, the Bears, who were underdogs, and the Lions. And my parlay didn't go through. It didn't go through because of technology. I go in there, I press the button. I go ahead and hit accept. I thought it went through. I go back, check. I'm like, oh shit, I'm going to win a lot of money. Uncle Edgar didn't win a lot of money. They didn't win any money at all this weekend. Barely won any of my, won 2 out of my 3 fantasy leagues. DraftKings was not good to me. By the way, shout out to Knuckles, Josh Knuckles Knutson, sportsbetteradvice.com. Sports Better Advice. Uncle Edgar make his UFC picks there. 4-2. We'll talk about that here in a second. Where's it at? I didn't want to talk about last night's game. I don't know what happened to Zeke Elliott. Andy Dalton's a little rusty. Chiefs beat down the Bills. That was pretty comfortable. Wasn't that Chiefs? I know that Chiefs Bills game wasn't exciting as it was. I was watching it and I was like, I don't know what's going on. Maybe there was no crowd. It was the rain. It's really weird. Tyreek Hill's out there running fast. Travis Scott. I mean, it was just a Chiefs game. Chiefs offensive game. You know, with Josh Allen playing catch up. Josh Allen got hit a lot. Zeke Elliott fumbled. Where's it at? Fumbled twice. He only fumbled twice. I'm going to end up being. I said 3 times, right? CeeDee Lamb fumbled the other one. I thought he fumbled 3 times. Maybe his knee was down. Who did he throw a touchdown to? He threw it to Amari Cooper. That's right. Man, the Cardinals are pretty vicious, though. They can be pretty vicious. I think when Kyler Murray gets rolling, it's hard to stop him. Christian Kirk, hard to stop him. DeAndre Hopkins, hard to stop. Kenyon Drake, right? No, was it Kenyon Drake? Yeah. That's a good team. I mean, that's Kenyon Drake had 2 rushing touchdowns. Murray had a rushing touchdown, threw for 1, and it was a deep one to Christian Kirk. Did you see that one? It was a piss missile, as the kids would say. It was a dime. It was no cap, as the kids would say. Do I sound that old? Anyways, I'm moving on. But yeah, great weekend of football. I'm looking forward to next week's game, as always. I'm looking forward to sitting right here, watch the football. But the most exciting part of my weekend was the UFC. The return of TCD Ortega, Chang Sung Zung, TCD Ortega put on an unbelievable performance. That was night and day TCD Ortega almost from the last time we saw him. He was a great fight. He was a good fighter before. Now he's gotten even better. And now he's gonna challenge the champion, Alexander Volkanovski. And it was just amazing before against a tough dude. Chang Sung Zung does not get finished. Didn't get finished. And he has amazing chin. Just like I said on the last Sports Plus Life podcast when I was previewing the fights. Ortega knocked him down and he kept getting up. Ortega knocked down the spinning back fist, the spinning elbow, I think a straight right. Maybe a left hook I can't remember. But this was just a beautiful performance from Brian TC Ortega. And he uses time wisely away from the sport in training to get better. A lot of guys wouldn't do that. And there's a lot of people who can benefit from that. You could take a look at Justin Gaethje, who will be fighting next week, which it's fight week, by the way. This weekend, Saturday, him and the Eagle, the highlight versus the Eagle, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Justin Gaethje took a couple hard L's, and was like, I got to change my shit. And he's changed it. And he beat Tony Ferguson, probably one of the toughest dudes to ever fight in this fight game ever. And he beat him, beat the brakes off of him. Look what Ortega did against a tough Chang Sung Zung, title challenger before. Both of them have fought for the titles. Neither of them have won it, but I mean, when you get to that point, you're doing something good. And Chang Sung Zung was finishing people up until this point. And what Ortega did was just, it was beautiful. I went for 6 to midnight right there. Especially that first knockdown. I think it was the first round, right towards the end of the first round. He looked great. Looked amazing. And I'm a big TCD fan. Love TCD. And it was good to watch. I had the same feeling when I watched Dominic Cruz return against Mizugaki, Takeya Mizugaki. And Dominic Cruz shot for this double leg that took him all the way across the cage. Ended up finishing him on the ground, TKOing him. And I was like, dude, I was over the moon. Dominic Cruz is one of my favorite fighters. And I kind of had the same feeling. I was like, I was so relieved. Glad he came back and won. And that put him right back in the title picture. And whenever that fight happens, maybe this year, maybe next year, Uncle Edgar's going to watch it. I think it's going to be a great fight. And I'm very excited to see what this TCD can do against champion. I think TCD can be champion. And I'm going to have my Modelos ready, my Tajin, my Limon, and I'm going to be watching that. For show, baby. Have you seen that? I've been saying that for show, baby. There's like this dude at the Mexican border who like talks Spanish. And he's Mexican and he's like selling stuff and he hits on girls. And he's all for show, baby. It's funny as shit. You guys got to watch it. The card itself was pretty vicious. Uncle Edgar went 4-2. The 2 I lost were decisions. My bad for taking Thomas Almeida off a 2-year layoff to probably win the fight. Decision. I wasn't paying attention much to the fight. I could look up. I didn't watch it. I don't know what I was doing. Maybe I was babysitting, I think. And then Claudio Silva lost to James Krause. My fault for going against a lifer. If you guys have always listened to the Sports Plus Life podcast, the first lifer award went to James Krause for filling in on 24, 48 hours notice, something like that, and saying, I'll fight, collecting the check, going out there, winning the fight. I think. Did he win the fight? I don't remember. Hold on. Now I got to look it up. This happened. But James Krause coming in 24. That's bad shit. 7 guys. It's February. He lost that fight. I forgot. He lost that fight. Yeah, that's right. Stupid of me. That was stupid of me. Bad choice. So if I made you lose money, that's my fault. I apologize. Other than that, My other 3 picks, other than T-City, Uncle Edgar likes a Jimmy Crute fight. Jimmy Crute knocked the shit out of his opponent into next week, sending him back to wherever he came from. Jessica Andrade, TKO, body shots, liver shots. If you've ever been hit in the body, let alone the liver, it'll shut you. You get paralyzed. You can't control anything. Your legs give out. Beautiful. And she said she practiced that in the locker room. I was like, what? She's like, we figured that out in the locker room. Boom. Body shot. It was Shikagan got dropped by a body shot. And I told you, Jessica Andrade, a mini Vanderlei Silva, is a beast. And of course, Nurmagomedov was on the card, so I had to put him in the mix. And he finished the fight 51 seconds. So I kind of know what I'm talking about. I had a lapse of judgment. Those 2 fights is what it is. Is what it is. It was such a great card, such a great fight card. Kudadelzi, decision. Jillian Robertson, decision. Win. And Park Jun-young set a record for the most. Park Jun-young set a record for the most ground strikes ever in the UFC. It's ridiculous, dude. Who's reffing that? It was one of those things where it was on in the background and I was doing something else. And I was like, dude, what is going on? I just looked up for a little bit and I just saw the guy getting, who was it? John Phillips getting beat up for 3 rounds. Good card, man. Good card. Good to watch UFC fights. That wasn't the only fighting going on. It was Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez. Teofimo Lopez beating Vasyl Lomachenko in decision. It was a good fight. But not controversy, but the scorecard read something complete that should have never read anything. 109 to 119. Wait, was it 109? Yeah. Was it 109, 119? Is that what it was? I have it right here. You can pull it up. 119 to 109. Which means they gave Teofimo Lopez 11 rounds and Lomachenko 1 round. Now, my scorecards, I had it like this. I had it, a second round to Lomachenko. And then I had it 8, 9, 10, 11. Maybe 7 to 11 for Lomachenko. So 6 rounds, right? Yep. And the rest to Teofimo Lopez. I think that should have been a draw at the most. But I'm not mad at the decision because I'm not mad that Teofimo lost. I think he did a great job. Who should be mad is Lomachenko taking those first 5 rounds off. I mean, look at these stats. I want you to listen to these stats. These are total punches landed versus thrown. This is for Lomachenko, round 1. 1 punch landed out of 4. He threw 4 fucking punches in that first round. Second round, 5 out of 12. Did better. Third round, 2 out of 11. Fourth round, 5 out of 9. Fifth round, 5 out of 9. Who does that? What are you doing? Are we in a fight? Are we boxing? Like, what was that? That team has no one to blame but themselves. That was horrible. You take 4 out of the first 5 rounds off for what? What are you doing? That's a bad corner right there. No one got him out of his shit. They're just like, oh, you're doing good. Oh, yeah, don't worry. Keep throwing the jab. Jabs. Landed one jab in the first round. That was a 1 punch he landed. Are you kidding me? First round of a championship fight, you throw 1 fucking jab? That team has no one to blame but themselves. Teofimo Lopez went out there and fought well. Went out there and showed heart in that 12th round. He was tired. He was getting beat up in those rounds. The rounds that Lomachenko won, Lomachenko was putting hands on him. And Teofimo Lopez came out 12 rounds and said, I got to win this fight. And that's what a champion does. I don't know what Lomachenko was doing those first few rounds. That's on Lomachenko. Lomachenko and his team. I don't know if they felt they were winning. He was winning those fights. I don't know what that was. That was bad from the champion. I don't think he deserves a rematch. You got one. Well, you're going to have to watch here pretty soon. October 31st, Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. And that's probably going to determine who's going to fight Teofimo Lopez. You also have Devin Haney in the mix. It was bad. It was just bad. And I didn't really get this mad right now until about right now. I didn't get this mad before until right now. I'm looking at these numbers. Ridiculous. A guy who has the output of Lomachenko does that in the first 5 rounds? Unbelievable. That's bad champion. I mean, he doesn't deserve to be champion. After looking at that. I mean, you don't only have yourself to blame. You only have your team to blame. I mean, that's a team effort right there. I don't know who's telling you were winning those fights. I don't know where you thought you were going to get off on just ducking and diving. And when he did throw his punches, he was winning. He almost had him rocked. Almost had him knocked down a couple times. Throw your fucking punches. Fight, damn it. It's a championship fight. Teofimo Lopez went out there and showed why he deserves to be champion. Undefeated. Lomachenko has some soul searching to do. He's an older dude. A lot of amateur experience, 2 golden gloves. You're not champion anymore, Chief. You got to figure it out. And just like Tyson Fury did, he uprooted his camp and he went to Kronk Gym. He went out there, got better, knocked out Deontay Wilder. Lomachenko's going to have to do the same thing. If I'm Lomachenko, I'm going to Freddie Roach. I'm going to Wildcard Gym. I'm going to Team Canelo. I'm going somewhere. And I'm getting better. That's what I would do. Dude, you ain't go to Robert Garcia. Go to Robert Garcia. He produces champions. I mean, something. Dude, that was bad. Those first few rounds were bad, and that's on him. And that's what ultimately lost him the fight. You take even 2 out of those rounds. 2 other of those 4 rounds that Lopez took. You go out there and produce. First, second, third. You go 4th and 5th round. You start banging in there. You're winning that fight. You probably would have finished him. Dude, I don't. Anyways, that's how the fight went. But 119 to 109, just horrible. I don't get how people like this get jobs like this. I mean, if this was a different fight, I mean, let's say, I don't know, Gennady Golovkin versus Derevchenko. And they give that type of scorecard to Gennady Golovkin. That hurts someone like Derevchenko, who I thought won that fight. But still, I don't think anyone gave it a shitty scorecard like that, if I don't remember. And if it was as close as it was supposed to be judged, then, I mean, that hurts people like that. I mean, let's say it was the other way around. Let's say it was given to Lomachenko. Teofimo Lopez, that changes the trajectory of his career. You know, that loss kind of changes the trajectory of his career. And that, I mean, then we can't have that. I don't know how many times I have to go in front of this mic on this podcast and say, we need to change judging in fighting. And this is boxing. This is MMA. This is kickboxing. This is wrestling. This is whatever. We need to change judging in the fight game. It's just utterly horrible. Do we need to hold these judges accountable? Do they need to review? They need to be reviewed after every performance. What are the credentials? Why do they get to judge these top level fights? Is it because they're neutral? Is it because, well, now, NFL is incorporating women. Now we got to incorporate women. I mean, women judges is nothing new here in boxing or in fighting in general. But I don't know what the motive was there. I don't know that lady's credentials. By the way, her name is right here. Hold on. I have it up here. It was Lindsay something, right? Julie Letterman. Kid, hold on. Okay, we got Google here now. Julie Letterman. Boxing judge. Okay. Box rec. 52. From New York. This didn't judge a lot of high level fights before. I'm trying to look through her. Oh, here we go. Let's see here. No? Jamel Herring. He caught a dub. Felix Verdejo. Yeah, I don't know. She's judged. There's nothing new to her. She's been judging since. These are a lot of the fights she's judged a lot of fights. A lot of these have been knockouts too, so it's not like she had to make a lot of tough decisions. I don't get it. Anyways, judging needs to change. We need to fix shit here. Whatever. You got me riled up, man. I can't. It was the first big fight since the pandemic, and it's not without judging controversy. Teofimo Lopez banged. He went out there and he fought. He did what he's supposed to do. Brought it to Lomachenko the first 3 rounds, and that's what ultimately won him the fight. And then that 12th round came out with heart, throwing, fighting, boxing. He showed as a boxer too, not just a KO artist. So hats off to Lopez. I thought Lomachenko was going to win the fight. He should have won the fight, but that's on Lomachenko, and he needs some soul searching to do. Maybe a new camp, straight up. But on the card, there's this kid, Edgar Berlanga, from New York, Brooklyn maybe, the Bronx, something like that. From New York, though, Puerto Rican. The kid is a monster. He's thick, too. 2Cs. He's a thick boy. 168 pounds. What does he fight at? Super middle. So that is... let me see here. What is super middleweight? I don't know these weight classes. 87 of them. 87. Canelo is super middleweight. Where's it at? Where the hell is it? 160, yeah, 168 pounds. That's right. 168 pounds. And this kid's thick. He is, where's he at here? 15-0 now. 15 first round knockouts. And people are like, oh, you give him trash cans, you're giving him this. Linnell Bellows is who he fought. Never been finished before. He had never been finished before. His record was, let me see here. Where's it at? His record. show his record here. But he had never been finished before. What's this? 30 bouts, so he's what? Dude, he's 29-1, I think. Right? If that's what I'm looking at. Lanell Bellows. Hold on. I got to do more research here. I'm glad I got caught off guard. I got a little pissed off at Lomachenko. Dummy. Boxer. That's what I was looking at. He didn't give me his card. Bellows. See what he fights under Floyd Mayweather. 5 losses. 20 wins, 5 losses, 3 draws. Dude. But still, not a trash can. And Bellaranga? Is that his name again? Berlanga. Just an animal, dude. The guy's a beast. Complete monster. I don't know what's next. Canelo better watch out. This guy keeps fighting. He's coming after Canelo. This fool's heavy-handed too. So look out for that dude. We're gonna keep an eye on Edgar. Why? He's a beast. He's Uncle Edgar's name, and it was exciting. No fight has gone longer than 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Dude, we'll see what happens. Throw him in there with someone like Lomachenko or like maybe that's a fight to make. Who knows? He's young, 15-0. He's a baby. How old is he? 23. 23 years old. Yeah, that's all I have. Champions League popping off here pretty soon. Actually, here within a half hour. Manchester United versus PSG. I think is a big game today, and then obviously games tomorrow. Fight week this week. Habib Nurmagomedov versus Habib the Eagle Nurmagomedov versus the highlight Justin Gaethje. Also on that card, just a bunch. We'll talk about that later this week. And then what else happened? World Series is set. Dodgers versus Tampa Bay. I wasn't even paying attention. Apparently, Dodgers came back and beat Atlanta. Came down from 3-1 to beat Atlanta. It's an Atlanta thing, isn't it? I mean, Georgia getting beat down. Who they lose to? It doesn't matter. Georgia, Falcons. That's what happens, man. Braves had to lose the series for the Falcons to get it. What's that, like that Thanos meme or whatever? I have Thanos over there. My niece left it here. Clemson smoked. Who they play? 73-7. Georgia Tech. That was bad. Anyways, that's before my blood pressure rises, I gotta go. But I thank you guys so much for tuning in. Keep an eye out. Episode number 75 of Sports Plus Live Podcast. And keep an eye out for more content this week. I will be putting out a video later this week. And it's going to be a doozy. The debate. The GOAT debate. More Jordan, Kobe, LeBron. It's coming out. It's going to happen. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I love you guys. Take care of each other. Follow me on Sports Plus Live Podcast. Sports Plus Life, Instagram and Twitter. MRAKACO, Instagram and Twitter. And then Sports Plus Life, YouTube. YouTube.com/Sports Plus Life. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you guys. Take care of each other. Don't forget to vote here in a few weeks. Let's make a change. And I will catch you guys later.